Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Purdue Dynasty here on NCAA College Football 26. Ladies and gentlemen, today will be a road trip double header here as we take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Northwestern Wildcats. As we're looking at Minnesota's roster right now, they have two really good running backs, Darius Taylor and AJ Turner. Excuse me. And they are going to be a really good team. Javon Tracy's the number one receiver. They have Malachi Coleman, who I really like. I think he's going to be a great player for them down the line. Logan Loya, who is one of their best players, he is out with a ruptured disc for the next 7 weeks. That may put him out for the rest of the season unless they make a bowl game. And Lemeki Brockington, another player I like. They have a really good tight end, Drew Bibber here in Minnesota. They have some good players here. Offensive line is basic. It's okay. Not the best. I wouldn't say it's the best. I wouldn't say it's the worst. It's an average line. I think their line is probably better than ours. But I feel like this is actually a good opportunity for us to go up and win a game. Like, I think this game is very winnable. They have some good defensive players, some good edge rushers here, but like Jackson Howard has 4 sacks in the year already. Excuse me. Devin Easton, who is their leading pass rusher on D tackle, he's out of this game as well. So they have some key players out that we are going to be looking to take advantage of. But their captain on defense, not Zaquan Bryan, their best defender. Riley Kelly has 2 interceptions, which is awesome for him. But their captain on defense is Corey Parrish, who is a beast. Who can also, some people think he could be the next Travis Hunter. Play both ways. That yet remains to be seen. But here we go. 2-game road trip here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the first game of this road trip. What is this, our second road game of the year? I think it's like our second road game, finally. With some road action. But this actually might be our first road game. But like I said, it's a doubleheader. So here we go. They are led by their quarterback, who is a freshman, Drake Lindsey, number 5, had 4 interceptions in their game last week. So he struggled last week, and we're going to start off with 2nd and 10 out of the gun. Taylor to his right, and it's going to be going down for a quick little tackle for a loss. That's going to be Alex Sanford on the tackle. 3rd and 24 coming up out of the gun. Once again, Lindsey back to pass. Lindsey looking to step up in the pocket. Lindsey going to run this one. Lindsey going to slide before he's taken down hard. And that'll be forced to punt, but we'll come up here at 3rd and 12, and it's going to be a quick pass and a fumble by Michael Jackson, picked up by Charles Ross, and that'll be 1st down, but it is going to be challenged by the Golden Gophers. Jackson reached out for it, but was not able to get the first, and then they called a fumble. The ground caused a fumble, so that is not going to be a fumble, bringing up 4th and inches for the Boilermakers, and they're going to go for it. Both teams 3-2. Both teams looking to get a win here in the Big Ten. And Malachi Thomas presses ahead for that 1st down. Ryan Brown back to pass, and Brown intercepted. That is the linebacker Maverick Barabowski. What a name. That is actually a great name. Maverick Barabowski. That's such a linebacker name, too. Wow. And he just snatched that ball out of the air. But after the interception, Minnesota doing nothing on the ball, 3rd and 2. And he's going to be taken down and sacked by the freshman T.J. Lindsey. One of the exciting freshmen on this team. However, Purdue does nothing with the ball. And we're back to Minnesota drive. It's going to be Lindsey back to pass. Lindsey finding Taylor on the play, and Taylor getting a 1st down for his offense. Lindsey back to pass again. Lindsey finding is Taylor picking up the block last second, which is good for him, and Javon Tracy able to get the first down for the Golden Gophers as we end the first quarter of action here for this double header. They bring up 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. That's going to be Taylor on the play. Taylor gets a gain of 5. Out of the gun. Ball on the 5. Lindsey, play action. Lindsey's going to keep this one. Lindsey running the ball. And Lindsey fumbles the ball, they say. And it is picked up and scooped up by a Purdue defender. And this one is going to go all the way. And that is a touchdown for Purdue. That is Marquise Nicholas for the touchdown. What a touchdown for Purdue. I'm not sure who forced that fumble. We're going to see here as Lindsey's running, trying to get something with that. And I don't know if he was down, ladies and gentlemen. I think he might have been down. He might have been down looking at it from that angle. We're going to take another look at it as Marquise Nicholas takes it all the way back for the touchdown. So heads up play for him. But we're going to look at this play. They're going to look at this play as every score is reviewed. And as we, get this a bet. It's Darius Coffey that forced the fumble. And look at this right here. Look at this angle right here. The ball is out and you can see just a little bit of green as the ball is coming out between his knee and the field. That's a perfect angle right there. So Coffey forces the fumble. Nicholas picks it up for a score. And it's going to be Minnesota back on the field, driving down the field for this team. It's going to be a handoff to Taylor, excuse me. Lindsey back to pass again, looking, and Lindsey's going to be taken down once again. Sacked, and there's the man who just forced the fumble, and Darius Coffey. And this time it's Purdue with the ball. Ryan Brown trying to shake off that interception. Is going to hand off to Maccabee. Maccabee has nowhere to go, and now Maccabee fumbles. And it is now Minnesota ball, just trading the ball back and forth so far here. And a quick pass. There's going to be Drew Bibber. And Bibber into the end zone. Wide open. Just like that. We have a tie ball game here in Minnesota. That was just such good route running on the play. It's just the routes that were run on here is what caused Bibber to get open here. And that'll do it for the first half of action, as both teams are tied here and Purdue's defense is playing. Besides that one play there, the touchdown to Bibber, Purdue's defense has been playing well, and I honestly believe Purdue's defense has been playing well all year. However, it's just the offense that cannot produce. So when the offense is ready to produce, maybe we can become a competent team, a better team. However, right now it is a tie ball game, 7-7, with that touchdown coming from you guessed it, the defense. 4th and 1 as we start off this third quarter here, and Malachi Thomas is going to power his way forward. Just a gain of 1, and that is something that has been bothering us too. We are not able to get a sustainable run game. Chauncey Magwood with a big play there. Magwood gets us down to the 29 on the play. And it's going to be a quick play. Maccabee on the screen. Maccabee following blocks. And Maccabee down to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Boilermakers. Brown back to pass. Brown throwing it up to Luca Pusinelli. His big touchdown. He had a big game last week in the game. And now he's coming up clutch here once again. Luca Pusinelli, the Italian from Virginia, the freshman from Virginia. And look at, he just goes up and catches that one. Pusinelli is someone that this team and staff is really excited about as Son Seabrooks takes down Lindsey. Coach Allstott is really excited by Pusinelli. Pusinelli has asked for more opportunity to play, and he's showing why he should be on the field more. 2nd and 15 now, coming up for the Golden Gophers. Lindsey, back to pass. Lindsey looking for a man open, finding Malachi Coleman. Excuse me. And Malachi Coleman brings it into the end zone, 80 yards, but it is going to come back after a holding penalty. That takes away a huge opportunity for Minnesota to get back in this game. 2nd and 25. Ball on the 10-yard line. Lindsey back to pass. Lindsey sacked again. Chad Brown on the cornerback blitz. And it's another penalty on the field. Another holding call. But this time they're not going to accept that. It's going to be 3rd and 33 now. Coming up for this defense. And he's hit as he thrown again. That could have been a safety. Not only on the hit, I believe. And Purdue does nothing with their opportunity. So 1st and 10 now. It's going to be caught by Javon Tracy. Tracy just takes that one out the air. 2nd and 3 coming up. Handoff. It's going to be Taylor on the play. And Taylor with a big run that time. Stopped by Coffey. A touchdown saving Coffey. Touchdown saving tackle as Coffey gets Taylor out of bounds. And that is a look at the top 25 going into the 4th quarter here in week 6. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 2. Taylor up the middle of the field. Taylor breaking a few tackles into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And this is a tie ball game once again. The Gophers driving down the field, getting an impressive touchdown here. And there is Pusinelli with another impressive catch there. Ryan Brown back to pass. Brown looking deep, looking for Ross, and Ross, it was batted out of Ross's hand, but beautiful, beautiful defense there from Minnesota. And Ross almost had it. You got to keep it holding on. You got to hold on to that. Almost a big play as Minnesota now trying to drive down the field. It's going to be a quick play and handoff. No way. Not only Seabrooks meet at the quarterback, and Lindsey goes down. We'll see if they register as that a sack later in the game stats as we look at it. Brown back to pass. Brown intercepted once again. That's Joey Gerlach, the other middle linebacker here in Minnesota. Brown, I'm not sure where you were looking on that play, but Brown just kind of threw it at Joey Gerlach there on the play. Almost like Gerlach was the intended receiver there. Which brings out Lindsey and his Minnesota offense. Lindsey back to pass. Lindsey dumping it off to Bibber, and Bibber gets the first down. Lindsey making adjustments at the line. Lindsey back to pass. Lindsey looking, thinking about running on that play, not able to, and he's going to be taken down once again by the freshman, T.J. Lindsey. As I said, and another player that All-Star staff is excited about, T.J. Lindsey. 3rd and 15, coming up for Lindsey, and he takes it down. Malachi Coleman. 50-50 ball in the end zone. Coleman versus Grimes, and Coleman wins that battle. Lindsey just threw that one in the air, said, Coleman down there somewhere. And just look at this. Throwing it up in the air. 50-50 ball. It was anyone's ball. And now that brings up Minnesota leads by 7 with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining, and intercepted again. Maverick Barabowski. 3 interceptions from Ryan Brown in this game. Three interceptions, 2nd and 13. Purdue has a chance to stop him. It's going to be Taylor. Taylor's taken down, and Taylor's hurt. Taylor's hurt, ladies and gentlemen, and Minnesota will ultimately add a field goal. We weren't able to do anything. Brown was pulled. Singleton was put in, and I think he threw a pick with Singleton. So not the best game here. I think this is a very winnable game. Minnesota should not have handled us that way. Minnesota should not have been this difficult, I don't think. I think they're equal level with us. And we got beat. Straight up. They were the better team. 19 for 21, 241 yards for Drake Lindsey. What a bounce back performance after throwing 4 interceptions the week previous. Taylor just took too many hits, and eventually he got hurt. I do believe Taylor is going to be fine though. Like, I don't think it's a long-term injury for him at all. Man, those interceptions, 3 interceptions. And it doesn't look like Singleton threw an interception at all. But Singleton did come in, and it was just it was over at that point. There was nothing I could do. Baranowski. Just wow. What a football name. Maverick Baranowski. Did I call him Barabowski? I think I did. It's definitely Baranowski. I think I call him Barabowski. Put in my own head canon there. Ryan Brown, 20 for 41, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Maccabee. Like we weren't able to run. That's a problem. We cannot run the ball. What? How can you play a game and not be able to run the ball? Pusinelli, 3 catches for 34 yards. Very good game for him and a touchdown. He is definitely showing why he needs more reps in his offense. I always honestly feel like we could have done better. We could have done better. It's a game that we could have won. But we are to change gears here soon, as, like I said, this is a double header. So looking at the stats here, and it doesn't look like they shared the sack with Seabrooks or Nunnally. It looks like they just gave it to Nunnally in that one. In that one predicament. So now we're looking to take on the Northwestern Wildcats, as we're 3-3, 1-2 in the Big Ten, and they are 1-5, 0-3 in the Big Ten. Should be an easy win, right? This should be our game. Their quarterback is Preston Stone. He is transferred from SMU, and they are running back by 4-year starter Cam Porter, who's been playing great, and backing him up is Joseph or Joe Hyman, however you want to call him. Griffin Wild, their number 1 receiver. Frank Colby, the 4th. Farrell is out, so Brandon Blewett is in. Lawson Albright is a good tight end. I feel like they have in their offensive line. Besides their left tackle, I think we have the better front 4 here. So I think we can add penetration to the offensive line. Their edge rushers are pretty good. Saka and Aiden Hubbard. Between Saka and Aiden Hubbard, I think they have really good edge rushers. Besides that, their defense is, okay. Okay, they have a good D-line. They also have a big defensive tackles here. But honestly, I think we can penetrate this defense. I think we can take the top off this defense. I think that this is a game that our offense benefits in. Their best safety is out and everything, so I think we can benefit in just trying to take the tail off the team, trying to use our wide receiver speed. While their corners do have decent speed, our receivers, we got to show that we're faster. As Northwestern comes out here at Kyle Field, and again, another road trip, but they have no fans here. They have no fans, so you know what that means? It means stadium post should not be an issue. As Purdue will take the ball first, and it's going to be Maccabee up the middle of the field. Maccabee finally getting some running room here. 1st and 10. Brown back to pass. Brown has a very short lead. Looking deep for D9. Lawnmower set. Touchdown, Purdue. What a play there. put right where Morissette could grab him. Yes, Morissette had to grab, but how beautiful of a catch that was for Denylon Morissette. Purdue takes the lead, and Ryan Brown starting this game off perfectly, who has a very, very short leash here. And it's not rumored, it was reported, it was shown that Malachi Singleton was taking first team reps here this week in practice. Griffin Wild with a quick play, first down catch on the play. There's Stone, back to pass. Stone looking deep, looking for Wild once again, and it's batted away. So Purdue's defense playing well so far. It's going to be a catch by, I think that's the tight end, Burhan, on the play. So they're trying different tight ends besides Moore. And there's Chauncey Magwood behind the defense once again, dunking it. Magwood with a big play. First Morissette, and now Magwood with a big play here. And Purdue is up 14-0 real quick. Ryan Brown trying to make everyone forget about last week. Beautiful play there from Brown, but Magwood was wide open. There was no way anyone was catching him. Stone making adjustments at the line. And it's going to be a quick pass to the receiver, Braden Blewett, excuse me. First down. Here's going to be Cam Porter. Porter looking to get the edge. Porter able to set the edge briefly. Gets a gain of 3 on the play. Quick play action. Stone back to pass. Stone taken down real quick and easy. Hershey McLaurin on the play, on the sack. And now give Purdue the ball back. 1st and 10. Brown feeling it. Brown handing off the Maccabee. And Maccabee loses 3 on the play. Brown back to pass. Brown looking to find Magwood. And Magwood underneath gets the first down. Big play there for the Purdue Boilermakers. And as we go down the field here, as we start the second quarter, Morissette gets nothing on the play. And you guys saw the meter there. I feel like I should have made that. But Northwestern does nothing with the ball. It's going to be Purdue's ball. Here comes Michael Jackson on the return. Jackson gets down to the 50s. He's going to say the 49-yard line. 2nd and 10 now. Up for Purdue. And Brown misses that play. 3rd and 2 as Brown was hit on the play. It's going to be Maccabee. Maccabee able to get the yards on the play. 1st and 10 coming up for Purdue. Ball on the 40-yard line. Brown back to pass. Ryan Brown looking right, finding the underneath receiver. That's Charles Ross. And this is what they do. They like these quick throws to Ross. They were looking for Ross again on the wide receiver screen. Instead, it is going to be a sack by Najee, storing a big defensive tackle there. 3rd and 13 coming up for Purdue. And it's going to be a quick pass, and Magwood is able to catch it. And this is another one. Here, I thought I should make it. No good. Am I doing these wrong? Am I doing the kicks wrong? I thought that was perfect almost. Anyway, Northwestern takes over the ball. It's going to be Stone. Stone dumping it off, and what a catch there. Wow, what a catch there for, I believe that was Joseph Hyman on the play. Back to pass, and just a good catch and run for the tight end, Lawson Albright. And Northwestern was moving the ball, but here they find themselves at a 3rd and 14, and they're throwing it deep here, and that is intercepted by the corner, Tony Grimes. And if I wasn't using it, I'm not sure if that's an interception. You know, they advertise no eyes, no picks. He did get his head around like last second there. I think if I never took control, I think it's a batted away ball. But I digress. It is now Purdue's ball. 2nd and 9 coming up. Second quarter at the end. It's going to be a quick swing it out to Maccabee. Maccabee jukes one defender, breaks one tackle. Maccabee with the first down here on the play. And Ryan Brown is at 200 yards right before the half. Ryan Brown trying to show everyone that last week was a fluke. Last week was a bad game. Look at finding Michael Jackson wide open there on that play. And Brown trying to make some more noise before the half. 39 seconds remaining in the half. Ryan Brown back to pass. Ryan Brown looking deep. Ryan Brown finds Corey Smith for the touchdown. 3 touchdowns in the first half. Ryan Brown has made a complete 180. What a play there. Corey Smith using his speed and everything, taking the top off the defense, just like I spoke about before the game. We have some receivers with speed here, and I feel like we can use their speed to take the top off this defense. I decided to burn Corey Brown's red shirt this game. He initially was redshirted, but I decided to burn it because he's just one of the faster players, and I'm like, you know what? We can use his speed. I like his skill set because I know his skill set from the Toasted Dynasty that was never finished. But that I played for with my own time. Corey Smith, Joseph Williams, just know those are like the best players, receivers in the game after some point. Anyway, this is where we are at in the first half. At the end of the first half, 21-0 Purdue. And Purdue has done a complete 180 from last week to this week. Purdue showing that they can play, and as you guys can see here, it's going to be Malachi Singleton coming out of the half. Brown dealing with some shoulder soreness is what's been reported. Some soreness in that throwing shoulder, so they took him out for the half. And we'll see if Brown returns as Maccabee now gets another game. Maccabee with a big game here. Well, yes, like I was saying, we'll see if Brown returns to this game. If the score stays like this, Brown may not need to return. Singleton back to pass. Singleton finding the tight end, Christian Moore. And you know, Moore needs to do more of that because his job is in jeopardy. Pusinelli is looking down. You have Burnham looking down. Just, your job is not safe. Quick throw. The nylon more set there. 4th and inches is what they'll call it. And Purdue's going to go for it. Purdue has been known to go for it in these situations. And that's a first down run by Malachi Thomas. 3rd and 2 now coming up. Singleton is going to hand off to Maccabee. Maccabee able to get into the first down and more. Touchdown Purdue. Devin Maccabee with his best game in weeks. And Northwestern does nothing with the ball. And there's Ryan Brown coming back out. Handing the ball off, though, not throwing it. And as you can see, this ball has been spread around the different receivers. Morset 8 targets, Magwood 6 targets. And Northwestern faithful at the start of the 4th quarter, trying to hype their team up, thinking for a quick comeback. 4th quarter starts. Brown back to pass. Brown finds Nitro Tuggle, and Tuggle 32 yards out. Touchdown Purdue. And that will bring the lead to 35-0. Nitro Tuggle with a big gain there. And that's what we like to see from our receivers. Nitro Tuggle is a receiver that Purdue is very excited about. A receiver that I'm really excited about. We'll definitely want to see him get the ball more. Definitely want him out there more. And that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Singleton came back out. And we pretty much ran the ball for the rest of the game. Ryan Brown, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns. That is what we like to see. Forget the game that you had last week. And, yeah. So, tale of 2 games. Really. Which Ryan Brown is the real Ryan Brown? Is the real Ryan Brown what we saw here today? 4 touchdowns, 300+ yards? Or is it the Ryan Brown we saw last week? 3 interceptions. I think the jury's still out. And we will find out next week. Because next week we play Rutgers. Back at home playing Rutgers. A decent Big Ten team. And I think that's going to be a single game episode. Because after that we have Michigan and Ohio State. And I want to make those single game episodes. unless we just get absolutely destroyed. If Michigan and Ohio State are doubleheaders, just know we got absolutely destroyed. But after that, after Michigan, Ohio State, it's going to be Washington, and then the end of the year with Indiana. That might be a doubleheader depending on our record and how things are going. 19 for 22, 333 yards. Perfect. Perfect game for Ryan Brown here. 6 for 11 for Singleton, 88 yards. Our quarterbacks played decent. Played good. Maccabee 9 for 48. A better game. We were able to run the ball. 7 for 36. Even Thomas was able to run the ball. And Singleton, who runs the ball, 4 for 15. Merriweather got 3 carries for 10 yards. He ran the ball decently in this one. Magwood leads the team in receiving 5 for 100 and a touchdown. Morset behind him, 7 for 87. Corey Smith, 2 for 47 and a touchdown. And Tuggle, 2 for 46 and a touchdown. Maccabee, 2 for 45. Moore, 2 for 41. Jackson, 1 for 18. Ross, 3 for 18. And Greg Burnham, 1 for 16. There was no Cusinelli in this game, if you haven't noticed. That may not make him happy. Because Luca Cusinelli, like I said, has been clamoring for more touches in this offense. Because Christian Moore is not really doing it. We've seen his issues with drops this year. Something to look out for. Anyway, guys, I know I said I was going to come out with this for the weekend. Well, I forgot this weekend was SummerSlam weekend. So you're getting this Monday or Tuesday. More than likely one day. But leave a like if you're enjoying Purdue series and subscribe for more Purdue. Until next time, Boiler up.